welcome to this Simbin Session festive special. I'm Meg and Helens.
I'm Matt Shaw.
And before we get going, we thought we'd start with a festive treat. You've heard a lot about her, and she is in the room, so she is going to come say hello. It is, of course, my mother, Julie. Woo!
Not for abusing me.
Oh,
I haven't abused you once.
No.
I've been
You
lovely.
don't want tea or coffee, Megan is.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, lovely to meet you all.
Thanks, Mum.
Yeah, ignore the pinkos. I'm just getting ready for the festive season.
Yeah.
Right, I'll leave you to it. I've got my red trousers on.
See
Bye,
ya.
Julie.
Bye. I'm sure that'll go down well. But
I genuinely think we're replacing you.
I work with my mum. She can't talk about rugby league though.
That's fine. Never can you.
That's true, that is true. But yeah, it is a festive special because we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're not going to have our usual segments. We're going to, change things up. But before we get into that, this first time we've seen each other in, 2 and a bit weeks? Because
You make it sound like that's a long time.
yeah, but as in recording.
We recorded at Wigan. Last time we saw each other.
Yeah, the last time was when we recorded the Brad O'Neill episode.
That was a while ago, actually.
Because for context, today is the 23rd of December. We recorded that before I went to the darts, and I went to the darts on the 10th of December. So yeah, it's been a good long while.
When did I got back on this? So we must have recorded that on like the 3rd.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, what have you been up to other than getting blind drunk?
Not much. Changed jobs.
Changed jobs.
I've had a few people asking me about this. So I am leaving All Out Rugby League. I can't say where I'm going yet.
Could you not by the time this episode's out?
I don't think so.
Why don't you say it and we'll bleep it if you can't?
So my next move is, I am delighted to say that I will be moving to Love Rugby League. So just won't spill all the tea. But basically, moving there, really excited to work with the guys there. They've done great things over the last couple of years. And as part of it, I'll be working with them pretty much full time, but just exploring other ventures, aren't I? Mainly this. Mainly.
Aren't we lucky, guys?
Unbelievably, somehow, I've decided to take the plunge and commit to this.
I'm just that good.
And then Meg has rewarded that loyalty by doing nothing for 2.5 weeks and having to go at everything that I've done for 2.5 weeks.
For context, Matt rang me when he moved jobs, and as part of this moving jobs, the idea was that we were going to go full in on this. I'd always said December, my head's going to be scrambled. I'm at the darts the whole time, which is amazing. It's just really busy and hectic. Matt rings me and says, it's happened, I've moved. Just to be clear, Meg, this means we need to give it our all now. And I was thinking, already was giving it my all, Matt, but thanks. And then he proceeded to then make mistake after mistake after mistake after telling me to up my game. So yeah.
They were small mistakes that no one picked up on.
Except me, because I care about this podcast.
But Meg, if all I'm saying is, if that was you giving your all, we're in trouble because, we're in trouble.
Well,
and then she's done nothing for 2.5 weeks. She couldn't even get
my
me.
actual job.
She couldn't get me. As for logins, nope, too busy.
Can't help it. How hectic my work is.
So I'm glad that you're committed to the cause, like I am. And you'll probably see/hear me in a few other places next year. So very exciting times ahead. And then I have been out a bit. You've been at darts, going viral.
Yeah.
You've had a few big moments.
Yeah, it's been really fun. Got to interview some cult hero players. Seen some really good darts. I was a bit sceptical about them expanding the size of the competition, but it's actually meant we've got more of those like
the character
moments.
I haven't watched all of it. I've watched at times fleetingly, thinking maybe Meg will be on. But
I told you my voice was on it, and I've been on it once when I interviewed Motomo Sakai, and that was on.
That was good.
Yeah, so yeah,
I didn't actually see it live.
It's been very fun, very busy. Excited to go back in a few days.
Yeah.
yeah, it's very fun. The characters are great.
Yeah. It looks like it'd be just a good... The only thing I sometimes think when at the darts, like being there every day working when everyone's just rowdy and having a great on me eventually.
The day I get a bit like, who is after the Christmas break, because obviously, so they've closed it down for like 3 days.
Yeah.
But the smell of stale beer has just like thingied. So when they reopen it, you're like, oh,
yeah.
It's But you know what? It's fun because I've seen a lot of people who I know who are there for like a good day out, and then I think there's some more people coming for over the next. And now when I go back after Christmas, then you're in the good stuff. Then you're in the like. The actual, we're getting down to the nitty gritty, but no, it's been very fun. I guess one thing we have touched on before, but now that this is going to be a special, which is mainly focused on 2026, we can confirm that Meg and Matt will be, where will we be in February, Matthew?
We've already announced it.
Yes, but properly we can announce that we are going to, taking this podcast.
Right, yes. We are going to Las Vegas.
Taking this podcast to Las Vegas. Meg and Matt on
tour.
Yeah. So we're there for the whole week, getting all the content you may want.
We have this grand content plan that I know from doing Vegas last year will get thrown out of the window and it'll just be go there. But yeah, we will be there. We're not messing around. We're not messing around, people.
We're not messing around.
I saw someone say to me yesterday, a bit risky moving on when things come, podcasts come and go. I'm like, this one is not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere.
Unless Meg bails, which is a very, in my mind, plausible risk.
It's not happening. But yeah, very exciting things for 2026. And on that note, we're going to get into the very exciting thing of 2026, Super League's 30th year. Technically 31st season, but big 30th year. They're going all out on celebrations. And with it, this episode, we thought, we are going to go through every single club for 2026. We're going to cater to all of you, and we are going to discuss recruitment and how we think your club's 2026 will go. So I am sure there is going to be many a clip of Matt getting something horrendously wrong that you can throw at him throughout the entire season.
Just to know that I've purposely made sure that the Zoom clip is on me today, so that the clips are all of Meg.
Yeah. But anyway,
we're going to rattle through these, by the way. We're going to keep it to like
2-3 minutes.
Yeah, nothing major on any club, just boom, boom, boom. But
so, without further ado, for the purpose of fairness, we're going to go in alphabetical order. Let's start with, they're not even promoted. They are promoted. They haven't been picked. They got in through gradings.
Yes.
Bradford.
Elevated.
The Bulls are back.
The Bulls back.
Bullmania, Bradford Bulls. Immediate thoughts?
Well, you know what? I'm happy they're back. I do think everyone has to admit a good Bulls was great for Super League, one of the best times for Super League. Of course, it's not the same club now. No. But if there's potential to bring that back over time and get them back to something like that force, it's a good thing for rugby league. Yeah. We can talk about grades all we want. I'm a bit bored of talking about it now. We know it happened. We know how they did it. So on and so forth. Not their fault. I won't even say they played. Well, they did play the system, but
so did everyone.
They fairly played the system. Yeah. Good for them. Let's see how they do on the field this year. So what about you?
They've made a raft of signings.
What about you? What do you think about it?
I think they are a project.
Yeah, for sure.
And as I've made clear, I think part of that project has to be Odsal being something different than what it is now. I think. But because it's just not of a standard that is acceptable, it'll be good to see them back. I hope they get a good fan base turnout. Stop laughing at me about it. And I'm intrigued because I really like Kurt Haggerty as well. I'm really excited for him that he's got his head coach opportunity because he was meant to be having that with Salford this year. So it's good that he's still got that. I think he's got a good guy in Carl Forster helping him out as well. St Helens massive. We're just everywhere.
Basically, if they're from St Helens, they're a good guy in Meg's eyes. That's what.
Well, I don't know about that. That's a bit far. That's a stretch.
Okay.
But I'd like her. I think ambitious, like he does his coaching courses, like
Yeah.
he evidently cares and will want to do well with Bradford, and so will Carl. Raft of signings.
16.
It's so that could be a good thing then, because it's a complete change, but there's no continuity there. They're basically a new entity.
Well, I think my thing with Bradford is, yes, 16 signings, and that's because 16 signings were needed to get them Super League standard. This has been the issue. We've got 14, we've all said it. You know, these squads are miles off where they need to be. Clearly, with the 16 signings they've made, it's more like a Super League team. However, I still don't think, as a Super League squad, that's a strong squad. Don't get me wrong, there's some good names. There's some decent players in there. Some players maybe with a point to prove, and Andy Ackers, where it just didn't happen from at Leeds.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm really intrigued to see how Ryan Sutton goes.
Yeah, Ryan Sutton is the, we just don't know.
Yeah.
We have no clue. We know what he was, and if...
How old is he?
He's not old. He's late 20s, early 30s.
Like, there is a world in which this makes him like the man again.
Could be. If he just needs to stay fit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So look, there's a few in there that, and you know, they've got some know-how in Joe Mellor and da-da-da.
Yeah.
But I just think if you actually put it on paper, and you look at it as a 17 and a 21, it's still, it's a weak squad for Super League standards. So
the matches against those around them are going to be massive.
I think if we're going to grade every club's recruitment, and I think it's hard with Bradford because the job is to have a stronger squad than you had, and they undeniably have that. But is it strong enough to compete week in, week out at Super League? I don't think so. But was it ever realistic that they were going to do that? I also don't think so. So
the only thing that they could do, just thinking about it, because Kurt Haggerty has come from that Salford bubble of us against the world, let's prove everyone wrong. He's got a lot of players who have a point to prove.
He does.
And he could maybe, I'm not saying they're going to like set the world alight, but I'm saying they could have the odd match or two where they do something that no one expected, because they can have that mentality.
Well, you've got players like Rowan Mills who'll go in and he'll get to be the man, and there'll be people, so they'll probably, but from what we know of the group of players they've got as a team and what their Super League careers have looked like, that, you know, there's been some decent to good Super League careers in there, but I just think as a collective, they've not really got that star quality. So I'll probably grade it at C+. I've got to be honest, I think they finished bottom.
I think they finish 13th or 14th. I nearly said 11th or 12th, and then I thought, nope, there's two more teams. Okay, moving on quickly and swiftly. Castleford Tigers.
Right, this is an interesting one.
It's really interesting.
So, what I will say is I think the best signing they've made is Ryan Carr.
Agreed.
I think he's a tremendous appointment. I really do.
I don't think there's anyone I've met who has worked with him, been around him, who's not just said like
100%
amazing things about him.
Great appointment. The signings. So I think sometimes you can get sucked in when you sign a load of players from overseas and think, oh, here we go. Yeah. But if we actually strip it back right and look at it, what do we know about these players that they're coming in? Okay, so I look at a Brock Grecian from the Knights. We don't know a lot about him. He's not played much, if any, NRL. I can't tell you he's a good signing or not. We don't know. You've got a Zemi Valemi, played for Fiji, decent pedigree, but is he a proven top level NRL talent? Well, no, he's not. He's played NRL and he's got experience in the NRL.
Wanga Blake played for Fiji.
Pardon?
Wanga Blake played for Fiji.
This is what I mean. Like, Ravalawa, not played a lot recently, has been a good player. So yes, names good. Will they all work out? History says it might be a hit and miss. However, all that's so. While some Cast fans are probably going, my ego's been negative. The flip side of that is, I think undeniably they have a stronger squad than last year, without a shadow of a doubt.
They do. I think for more than anyone, purely because of how things ended last season and going into this season, surely this is the biggest judgment of Chester.
I mean, bear in mind he came in mid-season, so he didn't get a full cycle at it, but he's done a lot of work.
But as in, he made clear that he thought what they had was...
for sure. If they don't improve...
he's...
Under pressure, for sure, from his own comments.
Yes.
Absolutely. But I think but they will improve. I'm confident. I say, not
Jack Ashworth, once he gets back from his ban.
Monster ban. Liam Hood was playing really well. I think they've signed well. But the overseas ones, while exciting, Castleford fans should know all too well not to fall into that trap too quick, because they've had a number of overseas signings over recent years that have not worked
Also,
out.
it's a continuity thing again of so many people coming in.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best thing a club can have is, and I'm not saying sometimes you don't need massive turnover, but a common thread of identity and people.
Look at it. I mean, they'll have a new 1, a new 6, a new 9.
A new head coach.
So there's a lot of change there. And look, a lot of the change was needed.
Yes.
There's no getting away from it. So you
can't bemoan them doing the work.
I've probably come across a little bit negative here about Castle. I'm actually not. I actually think they could have a season like Hull FC, where they flirt with the playoffs. I don't see them making the 6th, but I can see them climbing and being in that 7th, 8th, 9th area. Which would be a good season for Cass from where they've been. There's no away from that. So, all that said, while I've got a few reservations compared to I think my point is, I think everyone's all over the Cass hype, and I'm a little bit more reserved on it. However, if I was to grade the recruitment right now, I'd go B+.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think they've done a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's just whether they can get all the pieces of the jigsaw to fit together.
Yeah.
Next up, Catalans Dragons, who have got a lot of change. I mean, biggest one in the sense that I know, but like Tompkins is now officially gone. But they've brought in a lot of players, and they've let a lot of the kind of French contingent of players go as well. And I guess it's the first full season of Joel Tompkins' reign. And the big one for me, as I said, because I tipped him to do something, is Lewis Dodd.
Who, not quite to the Ollie Wilson level, but you have cursed him because he's broke his hand.
Yes, but like,
but yeah,
I've not ruled him out for the season.
Well, it's Dodd and Sexton, isn't it?
Yeah.
As a pairing, new half-back pairing, and on paper he's a great. I mean, Sexton's already gone back to the NRL for 2027 with Perth. But you've got 2 good half-backs there. Lewis Dodd comes back with a point to prove, because his
massive point to prove.
His last year at Saints wasn't that good.
Well, it was a similar thing of, not similar, but everyone knew he was going.
Yeah.
And he wasn't maybe playing his best rugby. So those 2 things combined just make things a bit weird.
So I think, listen, I don't have a clue what to think of Catalan.
I genuinely have no idea.
There's so many of these signings we just know very, very little about.
Well, but then you've got the likes of like a Josh Sim, who has been like a solid Super League kind of.
Well, we've got to be honest about it, right? And this is nothing against Josh Sim, because I actually thought by the end of last season he was playing quite well.
Yeah, he was.
But Cass who finished,
let him go.
Let him go. So
they could also do with Tommy Mack having a less kind of
injury
in and out season.
Yeah.
But
I mean, look, they've still got some good players there. You mentioned Tommy Makers and Nick Kotrick.
Yeah.
I've always liked Alex Da Costa. I think you'll find that Ben Garcia will move away from hooker now, which he had by the end of the season, that experiment just didn't work out.
No.
So they've still got the crux for good team, but they've lost a lot of players, and the players are coming in. I'm saying similar to Cass. Some will work, some will not.
Yeah.
Is the squad stronger than last year? On paper, it's not.
But I think in actual ability to work, it is.
Well, look at what they were doing at the end of the season. They ended the season in form. And
when they beat Leeds.
Yeah, they won. They've been the last 4 or the last 5, something like that.
And like Luke Keary bemoaned, he was like, "Why have we not been doing this all season?"
Yeah, so there's reason for optimism.
100%.
But there's that much unproven quality. And let's be right, the coaching staff is unproven as well. Joel Tompkins,
Mickey
Mack, Mitchell Pearce. That is probably the most inexperienced Super League coaching setup we've ever seen.
Also, as well, what's really intriguing about that is like they've all worked around. they've not come from 3 different setups and come together.
No.
They've all come from the same ilk and are coming together. So it'll work in the sense of they'll have the same idea of what works. But if it doesn't work,
then what? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I hope it goes well, because I think I like Joel Tompkins. I think he's a good guy.
Yes.
But we'll see. Grading them. This is tough because on paper they've got a weaker squad, and I've said for the others they've got a stronger squad, so I've given them a high mark. But they needed those changes.
100%.
Last year proved that nothing's went on paper with Catalans. So I'll be reserved, and I'll call it C+ for now.
Okay.
Because I think that's probably. I think it could go either way from there.
Yeah.
That seems like a safe middle ground.
Okay. Moving on, Huddersfield Giants, who have not had a raft of changes.
Not the salary cap space really to do a great.
And I mean, one of the signings is already injured.
I mean, that could only happen at Huddersfield.
Yeah.
Freakish injury.
The thing is, they've lost, and I know Wigan aren't gaining him now because he's out for the season, but like Ollie Wilson.
Yeah.
So their outs are obviously Leroy Cudjoe, that's a massive name in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Just generally for voice and leadership.
Yeah.
Jake Bibby, Jack Bibby, Aidan McGowan, Elliot Wallace, Ollie Wilson and Ashton Golden. So like, that's, I don't know, a few experienced heads and a few bits of talent.
Yeah. Do
you think they've replaced that well enough?
Again, almost difficult because the players they're bringing in we don't know a lot about.
Well, we know Niall Evalds.
The Niall Evalds one's interesting. It's kind of not really a signing because he was already there, but by the end of the year, George Flanagan was going great.
Yeah.
But Niall Evalds is a very good fullback. So
they stick with Flanagan though.
I don't know. Don't know.
He's a talent for like
a long. I get it. Tough one that. I think Chris Patolo, I've seen a little bit of him at Manly, and he's what they need. They need a bit of more mobility in the middle, and he will bring that. So I think that's a decent signing. Asher O'Donnell's a project. Luke Robinson's happily said that.
Yeah.
I like Cozza. I think people who watched him at Wakefield last year by the end would say decent player.
Yeah.
But they needed some genuine top level players to move them up that league, and they've not signed that.
They also need the top earners and talent at the club to do more.
I don't think anyone would try and claim that Tom Burgess was a good buy of marquee money last year.
Yeah.
I don't think Tom Burgess would try and justify that either. He wasn't. So, and that's been the problem at Huddersfield for a long time.
Yeah.
The bigger, Adam Clune who's been made captain and he comes across the champion fella, but he doesn't get on the field enough. And he's your other marquee. So
they need big pre-seasons.
Yeah.
And they need to come in, fire him.
If
you get something out of Burgess and something out of Clune, then because there was games when Clune played and you were like, this is a different team.
Yeah, they were a far better team with Clune in.
Yeah.
So if they can keep him fit for a season.
Clune against Wigan, it was that first half at Wigan. I was like, he was everywhere.
Yeah, he's a good player. He just needs to be on the pitch more. But that's been part of the problem at Huddersfield for a year or two now.
Yeah.
So look, we'll see.
They just haven't really changed for me.
No. I think you got to be brutal on it and go, given the season they had, and how much improvement it would appear they do, and they haven't done. Also, letting Ollie Wilson go, which I know he's got the Achilles injury, but probably got to be honest and give it a D.
Okay. Now, one team that we both have cautious optimism for next season is Hull FC. Lost a good rush of players, but brought in some really experienced heads, trophy winners, genuine talents like a Harvey Hill from Wigan. Batter on Beverham Saints, who have had their injury issues the last year, but Bell, for me, at the end of last season, was offering something brilliant for Saints, something different. Jake Arthur's going to be intriguing.
That's the one, and I think he will be a very good signing.
Okay.
I think he suits Super League. I think playing alongside Caesar will work. I think for me was probably the missing piece at times last year.
Yeah.
That's why I'm excited about Hull FC. I think throwing Harvey Hill, they need another prop. I just like what they've done.
I think James Bell complements an Asiata though. Like they both have that similar.
The other thing is, now admittedly Bell's had his injuries as well. However, if Asiata does go down, which you have to say with probability he will, for period history says he will. James Bell plays a similar style, so they don't have to completely change how they play if Asiata goes down. So I think that's big for them.
I also, to be clear, I know he was injured, but at the back end of the season for Saints last year, I don't think he was necessarily injured. I don't think he was getting picked. Because he'd had a long layoff with injury and there was things going on with the team. But I thought when he came in, he offered something they needed.
I agree. I think it's a good sign.
Arthur Romano.
Yeah, just a bit of cover. I can't see him. Well, will he play? I don't think he will. Hardaker had a great season. I don't think he gets in the side. However,
but strength and depth, right?
They've got David Litton as well, obviously. And then, but you've now again, if one of them goes down, I just think they've got an overall better depth, a more 100%. Resourceful squad.
Well, it was the part of the reason it was so bad for them at the end of last season was we were going, I genuinely don't know who they're going to play. Like,
I agree.
I think it was against Lee. Will Price went off with that broken foot, was it?
Yeah.
Asiata got injured that same game. I think someone else did, and there was 3 injuries in that game. And I remember I was reporting on it, and I was like, "What the hell are they going to do now?"
Exactly. So I just think now they've got they've got
options.
Yeah, they do.
They're definitely stronger in my mind.
Yeah, they are for me, which is why I'm confident.
And Sam Lasoni, sorry, we've not mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, look. Lasoni had a very good year last year. He had a very good year. I've not always been his biggest admirer, but he probably complements what they've got in that pack.
I also can see a coach like, and I know Brad Arthur's a similar sign, but a coach like John Cartwright working for Sam Lasoni. Yeah.
So, look, I'm confident. I've said top 4.
I think top 6.
And I'm confident with it because I know that.
But if you put into context that yes, we're gaining 3 teams, but no one's saying those 3 teams we're gaining are going to be anywhere in the competition for playoffs.
No.
They've strengthened while others haven't, and they were in the conversation for playoffs in this year just gone when they were absolutely decimated by the end of the year. So why wouldn't they be in the competition?
The only concern you'd have with the injuries is they've still got a lot of older players, and injuries will probably creep up again. Certainly,
but they've now got cover.
But they've now got cover. That's the difference. So
I think they've signed well.
Yeah. For me, I'm happy. I know that it's not been like a high-profile spending spree, but I think they've signed exactly what they needed. I think they've upgraded in areas as well. Yeah. Just signing for outgoing. It's an A- for me.
Oof, nice. No, I get where you're coming from because they've not gone for like these big flashy things, but they've done the exact. Yeah. They've been really precise about it.
And if you look at the players they've signed, Jake Arthur's young. Arthur Romano's not, I think, mid-20s. Yeah. So that age profile we're talking
Harvey Hill.
Well, Harvey Hill obviously is young, so they've had that in mind as well. Yeah. I think it was a smart recruitment cycle.
Now to the other side of the city, Hull KR.
Champions.
The Championes. Quite a few names coming in.
Yeah.
A lot on the way out.
Yeah.
And some big names on the way out.
Yeah.
Big experienced players. Your Jared Hargreaves, your Mickey Mack.
Yeah.
But then they've let a lot of kind of fringe players go.
They've brought in a lot of players who will be fringe players as well.
Yes, so like your Sambu from Oldham.
Yeah. The main 2 signings are Amon.
Declan Murphy.
They're Amon and Lawton, the main 2 additions. Amon replaces Jared Hargreaves, and Mickey McIlroy is essentially replaced by Carl Lawton, although Lawton can play other positions. They've had to sacrifice a player because of cap restraints, essentially, and it looked like Mickey Mack would be the one they didn't replace, but they let Tanganoa go, so they've not replaced Tanganoa. However, Lawton can also play back row, and they already have Batchelor, Hadley, Martin.
Where do you see Jack Charles fitting in for them?
I don't think he plays this year.
Do you not?
No.
Okay.
He's third. He takes Danny Richardson's role.
Okay, yeah.
He's the backup half. But what they've done is, because of cap, they've signed, and because, as we spoke about on this show, because their academy isn't producing the players yet, they've signed a lot of 20 to 23-year-olds who essentially fill the void of what
Of an academy with growing.
Of an academy. That's what they've done to make sure they have that depth and try and develop players at a later age.
Do you know what's interesting now though is and this isn't just Hull KR, and this is going slightly off topic, but because of the expanded Super League, for those clubs that don't have that academy system in place yet, they're going to start struggling more because those fringe players are going to end up going to those clubs. So like your likes of your clubs that haven't quite got their academy system set yet and have put players on a pathway to want to stay at that club, I'm just going to go, I'm off to Bradford.
I think what Hull KR will have to do with these signings now, because of that, they will have to send them out on loan to make sure they're playing first team. And the good thing is for them, an expanded Super League means there's probably more chances for them to play Super League.
And more chances to play high level teams in the Champions.
So, you know, but I think we'll see that happen. In terms of the recruit, you know, a moan for Warrior Hargreaves. I think Jared Warrior Hargreaves, performance-wise, not outstanding. He was in the grand final, but other than that, but he brought aura, presence, winning culture. I
think Amon has aura, presence, mentality.
Amon, he's not got the pedigree quite that Jared Warrior.
But I think he'll do more on the pitch.
Possibly. We'll see. You know, it was hard to judge him on last year. He didn't play at the start of the year.
And he kind of came over and had to just go into it.
Playing in a poor side. We know what he was like at Leigh. And you back Hull KR to get the best out of players. So I think he's a player that Willie Peters gets the best out of. And if you get him on that Leigh form, they've got him one of the best players, one of the best props in Super League. And then Lawton, I think he's great for Hull KR in that they'll probably still want Jez Litton to do 60 minutes and probably just need someone to do 20, and Carl Lawton.
You think they'll have got Lawton over on the basis of playing 20 minutes?
Yeah. Might play a bit of back row. So
I was going to say, because I don't think you come from the car, but like
he'll only play 20 minutes at hooker.
But I think he'll do it.
He might even go to a bit loose, take Minchella off and rotate his minutes.
Because to be fair, they're going to have to rotate more. That's one thing they'd have to do more of. I'd say the squad isn't like massively changed.
No.
But it's lost some key heads.
Lost a shade of like first team depth in that you've just lost one in Tanganoa. So it's but that's what happens when you had a few successful years. Salary cap catches up. So fine. Okay. Done what they can.
On to Leeds. Have made not many signings, 4. Just 4. But the one I really do like is Ethan O'Neill.
Don't know what I think about Leeds recruitment.
They have technically kind of got an extra signing as well.
In Mike Sevo. O'Neill's essentially a replacement for, you've got Bentley and Gannon that they've lost.
But if you look at the names that are leaving, there's only 2.5, maybe no, 3 and a bit that were 3 total, 4 players, but 3 total that are playing like regular first team rugby. So your Gannon, your Lasoni, they're your 2 big ones. And you've got Bentley and Sinfield, who are kind of like... I
just think, if you look at who they've brought in, right, Metallica is a project player. They've openly said that. Wanted someone who brings the carry that they lose with Lasoni. And
also, to be clear, with Inns, we're counting Hankinson.
Not sure on Metallica. You've got to say that's downgrade right here, right now. Long term, maybe not, but right here, right now. O'Neill for Gannon, for me, is a downgrade. That's nothing against Ethan O'Neill. For the start of last season, he was tremendous. I'm just a massive Morgan Gannon fan. Levi Faraka's fair enough. And then
the one for me is it's more that they know Harry Newman's going. So what are they gonna?
They want a Myla Handley. They've got Newman for the year.
I know, but I know they'll play in there for a year, but I think for me with Leeds, they've got a lot going on in like the next cycle, like if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think maybe slightly weaker.
I personally think so.
Yeah. Like not anything like poor, but
no,
like.
No, I think the Lasoni one probably took them by surprise a little bit.
Yeah.
At the same time, they've still got a good squad,
yes,
as proven last year. So
and they'll be motivated.
I just think other teams have done well. We talk about Hull climbing up. I think Leeds have probably stayed a little bit where they were. Yeah. Sevo comes in and helps.
Yes.
So, but he wasn't a signing. So if I was to, I'm probably going C- on the recruitment. If I'm honest.
Then that moves us on to
Leigh
Leopards.
The Leopards Den.
The Leopards Den. Not many signings, not many outs.
No, but I like the signings they've made.
Tell me why.
I like Jacob Alec, I have done for years.
Okay.
He's nearly come to Super League a few times, and every time I thought he'll go well over here. And I think that's a big signing for them. Adam Cook, half. Not going to pretend I've watched all of his games in his career, but everyone who I know says that's a smart signing for what they need.
Yeah.
Gareth O'Brien was playing that role and did a good job, but I think Adrian Lamb was honest that he felt they needed.
Yeah.
And they've got that. I just like
I'm intrigued to see how Inniss.
Yeah, listen, I was surprised that Cass let him go.
Yeah.
Because I thought Inniss played really well every time I watched.
Yeah.
Of all the players who were letting go,
I was like, why him?
Yeah.
He always felt like he added a bit of spark for them.
He's got a carry.
Yeah.
He's quick.
Yeah.
Not the most naturally gifted finisher, but he can carry a ball.
Yeah. I can see him going up a level at Leigh.
I think they've signed well.
Obviously, we've said Ethan O'Neill out.
Yeah.
But not that many other outs that you're like, God, why have they let them go?
No, this is it. I think they've done good business.
And I remember Adrian Lamb saying after they got knocked out by Wigan, him saying, I think we need 3 to 4 changes and then we're grand final.
Yeah.
And he's literally made 3 to 4 changes. So
I'm confident about my Leigh prediction.
I said grand final and they lose.
I think that, I still think they win league leaders.
Okay, there we go. So how are we rating the signings? A-. Okay. Now on to the place where we are, St Helens. A lot in, a lot out.
The Brewdog Stadium looks different.
The Brewdog, sorry, we're in the town, not the stadium. A lot in, lot out. So, Morgan Knowles is a big loss.
Yeah.
That's like...
Well, it's irreplaceable.
Irreplaceable. And the kind of, it's a mix of... So if we go through who's in, Shane Wright, who played like 2 games, Jacob Hose, David Clemmer, Jacob Douglas, Joe Shorrocks, Jackson Hastings, Nene McDonald.
Right. Let's look at it in a few ways. So if you go through the signings, Shorrocks replaces James Bell.
Yes.
Clemmer replaces Knowles.
Yes.
I don't really know who Hastings replaces.
Moses and Bai.
I suppose, yeah. Which upgrade, fair enough. Host.
He's kind of replacing Joe Batchelor.
And then Nene. Just a bonus signing, really.
Well, he's. I assume you don't sign Nene McDonald if you're not going to play him in the centre.
No, he's playing. He will play.
So it's.
My only thing with the Nene McDonald, look, listen.
Brilliant player.
Great player, great talent.
Had a lot of clubs.
Just didn't think they needed a centre.
No.
I just didn't think that's what they needed. They had Robertson and Percival, which I thought was absolutely fine. Okay. Look, Hastings, I think, will prove to be a good signing. He's done it over here before. He's got a point to prove, which I think helps.
Yeah.
I think he'll go well. I've got two concerns with Saints still with the signings they've made. They've signed well.
The team is upgraded.
They have not replaced Morgan Knowles. David Clemmer is not the same type of player.
No.
I know I've taken the 13 shirt, but he's not the same. I think they badly miss Morgan Knowles and haven't replaced him. And I've still got the issue that if Sailor's playing six, and I just don't. I don't see how you make it work.
This is the one we agree on, is that Sailor had brilliant spells last year, but all of his brilliant spells were when he wasn't six.
Yeah.
It never seemed to click in that position, and he clicked when he was one.
Yeah.
All the noises...
Because he's a fullback.
All the noises are that it's him and Hastings.
Yeah.
Wellesby fullback.
Yeah.
Nene will have one of the centre shirts. You've then got Percival or Robertson to fit in. But I think overall their signings have... 13 is the big one.
Yeah.
But I think they'll end up doing something different to what Knowles did in that position.
Well, they'll have to.
Yeah.
They'll have to.
But I think overall they are way stronger. They are. Matt, they've got halfbacks.
The Jackson Hastings is a big upgrade.
Yeah.
Are the others?
Well, Batchelor basically didn't play last year, so you've got a new player in.
Okay.
And then I guess Joe Shorrock's for
Bell's like for like.
Like for like.
I'm okay.
Nene McDonald's an extra.
Yeah, an extra. But even if you say he's slightly better than Percival or Robertson.
And also, to be clear, like the ones that have gone out are like Conrad Hurrell, who basically didn't play. You've got a Jacob Host coming in who's...
For me, it's more like the Hull FC thing of the overall squad is stronger.
Yeah.
There's 13 slightly stronger with Hastings.
I wouldn't say slightly, I'd say very.
No, but you've lost Knowles. I think massively underestimating the loss of Morgan Knowles.
Okay.
So I'm not... Look, I think they've signed well, but I'm still not sure they've fixed all areas, and I'm not sure they've signed...
Other than 13, I think everywhere's fixed.
And 6.
Okay, yeah.
2 pretty important positions.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I'm not fully sold.
Okay.
But they have recruited
I think they have
well.
a big start to the year.
But they have recruited well, and I'm fine with that.
Rating?
I'll give it a B+.
Purely because they should have... There was a time when they were getting a big name from Morgan Knowles, and they should have got a big name.
I just can't give them... I can't give them higher than a B+ when I don't think they've replaced Morgan Knowles.
Yeah, I get that, because he's the one that needed... If you're going to replace anyone, replace him.
Yeah.
On to Toulouse Olympique. Back in. I guess they've made some decent signings. I know he's not... it's a loan, but Tyler Dupree in there. Brendan Hand from Parramatta. There's a good few names in there. They're losing Greg Richards, Dom Peyroux.
Listen,
my brother's favourite ever player, Dom Peyroux.
Listen, I'm not going to pretend I know anything about the Toulouse signings. I know a little bit, but not enough. Tyler Dupree's a good signing, but I don't think one signing can make
a team.
A team.
They're going to miss the leadership of Dom Peyroux.
Yes, Meg, they're going to miss.
Yeah.
That's for you, Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I just think when you look at how much York and Bradford have done by comparison, fair play, the backing and trusting the players that won them the championship.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't think their actual signings have been great, just because of the lack of Tyler's a good signing, but lack of means it's a C- for me. But they've probably had a slightly better squad than Bradford, maybe not as similar to York. I still think they'll be okay because of the home advantage in France.
On to Wakefield, who we again both have cautious optimism about.
Yes, we do.
Big one for me is grand final winner, NRL grand final winner, Tyson Smoothy. That for me is...
The big one for me is Jazz Tavaga.
Yeah.
I think that's a bigger signing.
Really?
Yeah, I like what they've done.
I think Jack Sinfield could go well for them as well.
Could do. It'll be interesting that, because obviously you've got Truman, you've got Lino. Lino was playing... I am so conflicted on Mason Leino as a player. Sometimes I think great, sometimes I think, oh no, what's he doing?
Do you not think for Sinfield though, it could really suit him just not being at Leeds?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, 100%. There's a player there.
Yeah.
There is a player there. So it'll be interesting to see how that dynamic works out. I don't know how it works out, but it'll be interesting. A big one for them is if you keep Jake Truman fit.
Yeah.
Classy player, you just got to keep him on the field for long periods. But in terms of the signings, Liam Wood played really well, but he's getting on and smooth the grand final winner. So fair play. I just like Tavaga. I think Tavaga's a really good signing.
I'm also looking at their names out, and I'm not like, God, they're going to really miss there.
No.
Like, there's no one that I'm like, that's huge.
No.
Like, I think they brought in some big names and they're not losing anyone that's
I agree.
So I can see them going really well.
Yeah, A-.
Wazza, the Warrington Wolves. Huh?
It's Wayne Rooney's nickname.
Wazza.
Yeah.
I always call it Wazza.
Not Warrington.
I mean...
Yeah.
Tanganoa. Good leadership.
Right. They needed both a middle and a back rower.
Yeah.
And they signed one who can play both positions.
Yeah.
I would have still preferred them to have signed one of each, but...
I think Liam Byrne could go well for them.
Liam Byrne's a good signing.
Albert Hopper-Orting, thoughts?
Good player, but his injury record is of grave concern.
Sam Stone was kind of already
there.
But
there's just not enough.
No, because they've got a lot of names out as well.
Yeah.
But from that to me, which I do like, it sounds like they're going to trust some of the youngsters.
Yeah, which they've been doing under Sam Burgess, and they'll keep doing it. So fair play.
And like Irwin is renowned as
he's going to be a star. Yeah.
I was on about it the other night, and someone was saying that like his highlights went round, like when the Warrington went over and toured in Australia.
Yeah.
His highlights were going around the clubs like, who is this kid? And I think it was Andrew Johns was like, you're special.
Oh, they've got a... Yeah.
But I don't mind teams dipping slightly if they're trusting youngsters.
No, 100%. Trust the process. It's just, on paper, I'm just looking at that squad going... I don't see how they climb the league with that squad.
No, but I think maybe they are better overall. And actually, big one for me, Steve Mack.
Yeah.
That's the biggest sign.
Yeah, look, there's probably some improvements they can make in culture and stuff.
Which he's good there to do, isn't he?
But I'm not convinced they've got the squad to go.
No. So rating?
C.
Now, on to one that's actually really interesting, that's Wigan Warriors, because they've made 4 signings, but I don't know how to word this without... The big one's injured. The other 3 are projects.
Yeah.
So they've technically kind of, in terms of who's going to start in round 1, made -1
You
signing.
have to say on paper it's a weaker squad.
Yeah.
Like, they've
lost Byrne, Hill, Dupree.
Yeah.
As like the main big 3 ones. The big one coming in was Ollie Wilson. They've not got him.
Yeah.
So that's 3 less. They've brought Sam Essay back, also injured.
Yeah.
So like...
I agree.
They're like -2 players.
Yeah.
And Johnny Vaughan and Dayon Sambu from St Helens are both up and coming talents.
Yeah.
But I would say I don't think Matt Peake had in his mind that they were on the pitch in round 1.
No, this is it. So and listen, it's another salary cap thing.
Yeah.
They've just not got the cap space, and this is what happens when you have success. You have to upgrade contracts. It gives eventually. That's what's happened. It's quite simple, isn't it? Do they have the depth in the middle?
But they're going to have to trust some youngsters.
Which they do.
Oh yeah.
They do at Wigan.
And they've got the academy to do it.
But if we're judging this solely on recruitment,
they haven't really recruited.
It's very hard to give them a good grade because they've lost 3 top line players and signed one
that's got injured.
Now, can you judge? You
can't judge them on the injury.
No, but you're still 3 down for essentially 2 because you're bringing SA back from loan.
But he's injured.
Yeah. But you'd be looking at it going D for honest.
Yeah, they've not. And I know it's probably because they can't.
It's because they can't.
Yeah.
It's not because they're being lazy or back. It's just they can't.
Yeah. I'm quite intrigued how that unfolds.
Yeah, the flip of that is like they've still got a lot of young players who are going to have full pre-seasons again. Brad O'Neill, Junior and Semba.
Oh, that are going to go up a notch, yeah.
Eckersley, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So on paper, yes, same players, but they're probably going to come back better.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of that, but...
But the depth has shrunk a little bit.
Yeah.
And the final team to go at, York Knights, back in Super League, one of the teams chosen to come back in. Raft of signings. Again, similar to Bradford for me in the sense of they basically just overhauled.
Yeah, they have, but they've made some higher profile additions, haven't they? I think they've recruited well. I mean, Paul Vaughan should go well. I think there's a few concerns about his drawings at the minute, which will be a worry. But if you look through that list of signings that they've made, there's some proven Super League talent in there.
There is, and there's some Super League talent in there who have done it on the big stage and probably just want more regular rugby.
Yeah.
I think that's what they've done well of finding. It's like a John Pennison has scored in a grand final. Like comes in and does a good job for Saints when he's required. But here at York, he'll be probably their out and out
and that's
wing.
It. So I think they've recruited pretty well. And got some know-how in there. You still got like Paul McShane. So I think they've done. Yeah, I think they've done well. Xavier Var was getting interest. He's gone there. He's got a bit of a concussion history, which is the concern. Keep him on the field. There's a lot of people in the game who know better than me that say he'll be a really good pickup. So, they've probably got, on paper, they've got probably a better squad than Toulouse and Bradford. See how it goes. But I'd say, we'll go B. Play it safe, go B.
I agree. So that brings us then to our recruitment ratings. But before we go, we are going to do some fun little predictions for the 2026 season. So quick fire. And remember, fun, not like serious. Okay? Just warning. So, we start with...
Meg says that like I'm the one with no humour.
Anyway, first one. The club with the fan base that is convinced their side is back, but you're not.
I've got to be honest from what I said in the show, Saints.
Okay.
Because I think that very much fits. Everyone thinks they are back.
Who would mine be?
There's a few you can go for. There's a few fan bases at the minute who are very, very confident about their prospects. And I'm going, ooh, you could have egg on your face after round one.
Do you know what? I can't really say any of the ones I'm thinking about is like the side is back because it's not that they've been away. If you know what I mean. I'd have to go Saints as well. I'm not sold.
I think the three you could go for me are then Cass, because the Cass fans are adamant that they're going to have a big year, and Bradford just because they're back in.
Actually, I'll go Bradford.
I'm glad you thought that one through, Meg.
Sorry, thank you. The pre-season world champions.
The pre-season world champions. See, this is hard now, right? Because there's no one has pre-season games anymore. They have the Challenge Cup game.
You go into Boxing Day. Well, you'll have been to Boxing Day.
I will. All right. Well, I'll go for a Wakey win.
A Wakey win.
And it's going to be the Wakey as the chance of the world. We'll go. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. We'll do that by pure default. That pre-season games are not really a thing now. Which I'm delighted by because I hate pre-season games. With an almighty passion. Despise them. They're boring. Not pointless. They're pointless for us. You learn nothing from them.
Well, I made the point to you today. I don't think rugby league players are played enough to play on Boxing Day. That's my opinion.
You know what? It's part of my tradition now, though. I like go to Leeds Wakey, and then I'm finished for 3, which means I don't get drunk too early.
Right.
And then the only danger is if my Boxing Days can go very much one of several ways. But if I'm catching up, then I'm in trouble.
Next up, a prediction you'll regret by round 5.
Probably that Saints aren't going to do that well.
They'll be on an unbeaten run, and you'll have them all in your Twitter.
I'll be getting hammered. It feels like at the minute I tend to rotate which fan bases I'm vexing. And Saints fans, I think, for the last 6 months have definitely been on the wrong side of. So that feels like if I'm going to regret one in particular, it would be that.
Yeah.
I think saying Leeds might have a dip down the table could be, but I feel like of all the ones I've said, the Saints fans could end up coming for me with the pitchforks.
I think mine might be Leeds, saying that I think they're weaker. I think they could end up.
It's that or the other way, and it's like we're both really backing Leigh.
And Leigh, that
horribly wrong.
Yeah. Okay, next one. The first incident everyone will lose their minds over. It'll be round 1, second minute. Game 1.
Right, I've got this. So, what's going to happen?
Hull KR versus York Knights.
I've got it. I've got what's going to happen. Right, York are going to score the first try.
Yeah.
It's going to be given, and then it will get pulled back
by the
under the new rulings.
Yeah.
And everyone will lose their mind. You can't allow a try and then disallow it, but that's what's happening now.
Or the other thing will be, Hull KR play York. Someone from Hull KR will have a tackle that's a bit iffy, and they'll get off with it, and they'll all go, it's because they're playing in World Cup Challenge.
Yeah, it will. That's an obvious one. It'll be something like that.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see York scoring the opening try of the game and it getting pulled back and no one understanding
that that's the rule.
Yeah, it'll be that. Okay. Or the flip side of that, if the Rooks are going quicker, as we talked about on Simply Scoop, everyone's going to moan that it's too quick.
Too quick. Okay, next one. The most batshit crazy proposal we'll see next year. I know what it'll be. We'll go back to 12 teams with promotion and relegation, and Creighton's are gone. That's mine.
You see, I mean, you've got to think it's. I mean, this is hard because you always think rugby league's topped itself,
and then it goes one further.
Somehow. Oh God, there's so many things I could come up with. It's going to be something Derek Beaumont proposes, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll play 9s again or something.
Not again.
Yeah.
We can't go back to that. No, it'll be something stupider than that.
Yeah.
Maybe not from Derek, but it'll be something. Yeah. Oh, what could it be? No, we need something good for this.
Huddersfield and Halifax merge.
That would be batshit.
To actually.
Well, I mean, I completely agree that would be batshit crazy, Meg. Yeah, I'm glad we're in agreement that would be an awful.
Batshit crazy in a great way.
Where are we going in a couple of weeks?
I'm going to stop talking now because I'll go to Huddersfield in a few weeks.
Well, you've just been invited as a guest. But that's all right. We'll clip that one up.
Yep.
I will send that over to Richard Fulis just so that he knows what he's signing up for.
Just a little joke. Next up, the random player who will land an NRL move.
Random.
See, mine's not random. So it's pointless. I was going to say Jack Wellsby.
Right, I'll go a little bit more random. Jared O'Connor.
Oh.
Off contract.
Yeah.
Young.
Actually, I'm going to go another one. Tyler Dupree.
Yeah, maybe. Possibly.
Could end up just with the expansion over there.
Yeah,
and I'm looking if he goes well for
Toulouse.
So, yeah.
He's the sort who'd give it a try.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll go Jared O'Connor.
I'm going Tyler Dupree. A signing you think will happen for 2027?
Ooh. This is fun. Right. I am going to go with Tristan Saylor will sign for Catalan.
Intriguing. Okay, yeah, I get that. I'm going to say I think Jack Wellsby leaves Saints. I don't know where he goes, but I think he leaves.
Yeah, there's a few you could go with. There's so many you could try and predict, looking at like who's going to need what.
Yeah.
And da. Like Hull KR's 2 centres are off contract. And Milo Hanley to.
Yeah, you could see that.
Hull KR.
Yeah. Okay. The fan base that will suffer the most emotional pain.
Oh God. Oh. Emotional pain. Right, I'm going to go with Catalan.
Right.
And do you know why I'm going different with this?
Yeah.
Because they've already lost Sexton and Tino's brother, whose name I'm not going to try, because they got to Perth, and it's going to be the classic never fall in love with a lone player, but they're not lone players, but it's going to feel like they're lone players. They're both going to tear the house down.
And then they're going to go.
And then they leave.
Yeah. No,
so
that's fair.
They're going to know from even 6-7 games in, they'll be killing it, and they'll be desperately trying not to fall in love with them because they know they're going.
And they will.
But they're going to fall in love with them.
Yeah, I get that.
So I'm going with Catalan.
Okay. I'm going to go with Bradford.
Right.
Because on the basis that I could see them ending up playing like London in the Challenge Cup and losing.
I thought you were going to say they've got back up, and then because
Koreans come back,
down.
No, I think it's more that just like they think we're so bad, and then it'll.
Yeah.
A club genuinely building right.
The one that springs to mind to me right here, right now, when I think that is Wakefield.
Yeah, I get that.
Wakefield's absolutely be the one that I just like what they're doing. You know, we mentioned the signings they've made, good signings, but they've got like John Bastian to come in and do the youth, and they're putting a lot of money into that. I just think they're
making all the right noises.
I think that, we've seen the stadium developments. I just think they've got all bases covered at the minute. So Wakefield would be the one for me. Yeah,
I guess. To say someone different, I'd say Leigh are probably the best they've been.
Yeah, that's a good answer as well.
Yeah. And finally, a player that you expect to second to last, a player you expect to skyrocket this year.
Player I expect to skyrocket.
I know mine. Owen Dagnall.
Yeah, the guy's. I'm a big Owen Dagnall fan. So, is this a skyrocket? I don't know.
Owen Dagnall for me to skyrocket is because he was making all the right noises.
Yeah.
But then I think this year he just...
So, I'm going to go slightly different, but he's already fairly established, but I just think he could go to another level this year, and it's Harvey Barron at Hull. Okay. Obviously, Martin had a great year.
Yeah.
I think Barron could... Harvey Barron could have the skyrocket, yeah.
And finally, a bold prediction you will not back down from.
Hull FC will finish top 4. There, I'm happy with it. I don't know why, in my own mind, I'm so settled on it.
Yeah.
Because there's very feasible clubs that I don't have in the top 4 that could and may well finish in the top 4. I've just got this thing about FC being in the top 4 this year. I'm just feeling it in me.
Mine is that Leigh will make the grand final and will beat a big name to get there.
Okay, fine.
That they'll this time say they meet Wigan again.
Yeah.
They'll do it.
Yeah.
That's my one.
The other one. What would be? No, I'll stick with that. No, we'll stick with that. I'm happy with that.
Well, with that brings us to the end of our
2020, I didn't say 2026.
It brings us to the end of our 2025
I did
content.
say at the start of the show I'm expecting her to do one any day.
Thank you so much for watching over these last, 3 and a bit months?
Yeah.
The support has been very much appreciated. Make sure to like and subscribe. Have a lovely festive period if it's still going on. And we will see you in 2026.
Bigger and better than this, by the way. Can't wait.
See you then.